So this is my 1997 jzx100 Mark II, and a huge problem that not a lot of people know about these cars, unless you've owned one, is you always lose your corner lamps. For whatever reason, if you look right here, the light just kind of slides in there, and then these tabs are supposed to hold into the fenders. Granted, these are aftermarket fenders, and I had to make the holes for them. When you hit a big bump, it's just clipped in. There's nothing actually bolted in to hold these in. So what I normally do, because I've lost so many of these things, I probably bought about 6 sets of these things. I use a metal tether, and I just tether it to the bolt for the headlight, and put a self tapper right in here to hold it in. Now, when the headlight starts to get old and this gets brittle, you might still lose a headlight. But while they're newer, if it jumps out of here, it's just gonna hang. You're not gonna lose it. I've lost so many of these on the highway. Hell, I lost one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna put a big self tapper in here and pin it down here, so whenever I hit a bump, if I hit a bump and it dislodges this, which happens quite often, it's gonna lose the light, but it's gonna hold it in place until I get to where I'm going and I can put it back. But the only other way that you can prevent this from happening is light brows, because a light brow is going to be double-sided tape to the headlight, and it's going to go over onto the corner lamp, and that will hold the whole thing in there. So that's the other fail-safe mechanism. I can show you on the other side this already installed. So this is one. See how I have the tether kind of short? It's actually tethered back on the frame inside, and it's really short. So if it jumps out, it's not going nowhere. It's gonna just kind of stay right here. But if you see the self-tapping screw, and I've got it hooked in there, so it can't really go anywhere. So that's pretty much the hack for not losing your lights. So I'm about to drill this into the light so we don't lose our light. I should take this out.
So where did you get these lights from, and where did these come from?
Well, these lights came off a seller on eBay. I'll have to put the link in the description. And actually, I normally buy these lights off of AliExpress because
how much
cheap.
are those?
Those are around 20 or 30 bucks.
How long do they take?
They take about 2 to 3 weeks to get. They used to be 3 to 4 weeks, but they've cut down on the shipping somehow. And these are off eBay, and I can already tell these are higher quality light, because they don't, the AliExpress ones don't come with this pigtail that's already got this pretty nice looking LED in there, and it comes where it just kind of slip fits into the 194 plug. So if you look right here, it kind of already just slip fits in there and just makes it real easy, and it extends the length of this harness. So it's really nice. It's the first set I've had like that. So you use one of these, which helps the drill bit from walking. So it makes a little impression, and you have a starter spot. You can't see it, but it made a little dimple. So whatever you're trying to drill in, it stays centered in that one spot. You can get these from like Harbor Freight or Northern Tool or somewhere like that. You just put it in a little dimple that it made. And it shouldn't walk. Oh, there we go. And that's what you want. You want the screw to be right up against that, so when you put the little tether on it, it's got nowhere to go. It can't work its way off. So I'm gonna just back it up a little bit. you'll just hook the tether on there and then just run the screw. Just to that stopping point. So now the tether can't go anywhere, and you've done it at the base, not out here, because it's going to be weaker out here. It's going to be stronger there, and it should last a while until the plastic gets compromised from like weather and heat and all that. So at least for now, it's going to keep it at bay. So if you look in there, you see how everything lines up. Or they try it has everything has a spot to go, but that is not a real safe, like fail-safe way to get this light to stay in there. In theory, it should work, but as soon as you hit a big bump, it pops right on out of there. And maybe that might be because the headlight is an original headlight. I don't know. Maybe if you bought a brand new set, they will hold in there better, but for whatever reason on my setup, it's not working good. So I have to do all this extra stuff to get it to stay in. Oh yeah. Now granted, I might be off a little bit on this because I had to make my own holes because this wasn't pre-drilled being a fiberglass fender. So I may have to open that hole up to give me some wiggle room, because it seems like it's got a little bit of stress.
So if they had factory fenders, you think it would fit a lot better?
Oh yeah, the hole's already drilled for this light to hold that light in. So I'm gonna have to modify this hole because it's supposed to press in and clip in against the light and go into the hole back here from the tab. And then I'm guessing this tab kind of holds it in place on the other side of here as a support. So this tab goes on the other side, and something's working against me in there. So I'm gonna have to probably open this hole up a little bit to give it some room. It did go in. So it should line up. I mean, it's popped out a little bit, and this rubber seal is supposed to pretty much line up. Now granted, these are fiberglass fenders. They're not going to be like original metal fenders, but for the most part it's in there. So that's pretty much how it's supposed to fit.
And now we're going to put the eyelids on too, correct?
I'm going to have to clean these lights though. They're horrible.
But the eyelids will hold them in?
They should hold them in.
Okay.
It should hold them in. It's gonna basically secure it to the actual headlight. So I'm about to clean this headlight up and get all this dirt and bug guts off of it in order to attach the eyelids anyway.
And so the passenger side is the same process, right?
Except with the passenger side, apparently, oh well, no. Let's still take this off. Yeah, it's working. Alright, so now I'm going to clean the headlights to get it cleared of any kind of debris or bug guts and stuff like that, so I can actually get the double-sided tape that sticks for the light rails. Just cleaning the light so you can get you don't ever want to you want to prep the surface so whenever you got an adhesive that you're using, so just try to get as much of the crap, road grime, dirt, bugs, whatever, off of the light as you can. And I would honestly probably do some rubbing alcohol over it, because you know with the rubbing alcohol it's going to get any kind of oils or anything off of it, off the surface. So the adhesive that you're using is going to actually stick. I'm going to go over this with a little bit of polish, because every once in a while I do use metal polish. Metal polish works pretty good on headlights from what I've experienced, and it puts a protective layer on it, so you don't have to worry about, look at that, you can actually see that there's something sticking to it there. It actually puts a protective film on it so that it actually polishes it, and it actually it lets the water roll right off of it. And if it's a little yellow, it'll get that yellow out of it also. Just work it in, let it haze up, and then I'll do the other side and come back to this side and polish it. Alright, back to this with a microfiber. Alright, and you're going to want to, now if you're not going to do light brows, you can just leave it like this. If you are going to do light brows and they're held on by double-sided tape, you do want to do a little bit of rubbing alcohol right across the top where the light brows are going to attach. And because what I just put on there, it won't stick to that really good. This is to protect the lens from the sun, dirt, anything else that might get on the headlight. They'll make it easier to clean, and it kind of protects the acrylic to make it last longer. But when you do the light brows, I'm gonna have to wipe a section up here with alcohol to get that film off, so the double-sided tape can stick. Heat just makes this more pliable. It makes it easier to stick. Gets a little bit more gooey. You probably don't have to do this in 90-degree weather. It's fall here in Georgia, so it's a little cooler, a little milder right now. So just make sure it gets hot. It says double-sided tape. If you don't prep the surfaces, this stuff will not stick and will not stay. Yep, and because I wrapped it, it's a protective film on the wrap. It's not the greatest job on the wrap, but this is kind of difficult thing to wrap. I don't plan on actually painting the car right away, so.
Well, you can kind of see some of the gold. It's gold in there, right?
There's a little bit of gold flake in there, man. Ah.
How much were those?
They were about 60, 70 bucks.
Where'd you get them?
Honestly, I think they came off eBay, but I could be wrong. It could have been AliExpress. It's been a while, so I've had these things for a while, so I don't know if that's gonna be good enough. It's got a lip. I'm trying to say I need to take it off and redo it. God, yeah, they ain't going nowhere once they get stuck on there. It's not going nowhere.
You'd have to lose the whole headlight. So now you're trying it again?
Yeah, you gotta get underneath that. That should fit a little tighter.
That actually looks pretty good. Gonna close the hood real quick. Light close. Okay, that actually looks pretty mean. Look at that shot.
Still not liking. I never really liked how this fender applied, like the way this light fits in this side of the fender.
And now about to do the other side.
Yeah. But this time I'm gonna just peel this first and then heat it. Gonna heat it up a little bit, get it sticky. But I've had these for months and I'm just now putting them on because I've been waiting on the corner lamps. Basically glue in the tape to activate. The heat kind of activates it to make it stickier, so you don't have a problem. Once it gets cooler and it sets, you're gonna damn near have to pull it off with a razor blade.
And what's the best way to stick these on? Because you know most people got chasers. Not a lot of people really have Mark 2s. So on the headlight, where's your starting point? Where would you want to start?
You just follow the contour. You just basically follow the contour all the way around. So you want to start it up here in the corner. And the tricky part is the gasket for the light.
For the corner?
For the corner. That's the tricky part. Want to apply pressure just to make sure it gets a good adhesion and you don't have it peeling off. You don't want to lose these.
Now, and you said this car is also for sale, correct?
Everything's for sale for the right amount of money.
And you want to do a breakdown video with this car?
We can do that at a later time, but it's basically full bolt-on. Stock turbo, full bolt-on, wastegate, 14 pounds in cold weather, about 11 and a half, 12 pounds on hot weather. Probably makes about 320.
320?
About 320 to the wheel. Plenty enough to drift. Got 20 mil Kazama widened fenders. They're not the authentic Kazumas. Don't judge me, they're reps, but they are made from a Russian company, not a Chinese company. They did a pretty good job on them. They fit really, really well. I didn't have to hardly modify them at all to get them to go.
Now, what's your asking price on this?
Probably the way it is, around 23. Once it's painted, I'll probably ask anywhere from 25 to 27,000, just depends. It's a solid car. Never had any issues. And the stuff I did have issues with, like I broke the top tank on the radiator, or the top outlet on the radiator, on the stock radiator, and had about a coil.
And I see you got a lot of color works on here.
Oh man, those guys are the bomb. Koru guys, those guys, they're solid. They do a lot of JDM stuff. They help out. With all types of chassis. They
and
have some cool cars.
And I know you said you got some parts for your S13. So, and I see you got this one, so I'm sure you're gonna get some more parts from there for that one too, right?
Yeah, those guys they're some down to earth guys. They helped out a lot of knowledge. They're really the only ones in our area really doing JDM body kits and stuff like that. They do fab work. They got some cool cars, definitely.
I hope this helps all the Mark II guys that are having issues with their corner lights falling out. Hopefully this helps you fix that issue, and in my opinion, it gives the whole car a different look. Like, look at that. Gives the car a whole different look. Man. All right, well, now with this car, do you think we're gonna get a video pretty soon with this one, or?
Yeah, just need time. Just need a couple days, couple weeks to finish up some other stuff, and then we can get started on this.
Well, you guys see it. This is the next car coming, and then we got the GS coming too, and then we'll have the Infinity coming as well. So make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe, and leave some comments. What cars would you like to see some progress on, and we'll make it happen. So